Welcome to STL City Showdown. I'm AJ, and this is Steve. Steve, what are you doing, Steve? Are you dying of excitement?
I am. I didn't know I could feel love again. I feel happiness in my heart, and I don't know why. I think I'm vulnerable, AJ. I think I'm vulnerable again. I don't want to be vulnerable.
Wow. We win, games, and this is how you are? Man, I wonder how you were, at a winning season.
It's been just because so sad this season. Oh, my goodness.
So, this is 2 back-to-back wins. Do you know when our last time there was back-to-back wins?
Well, I don't think it can't be this season.
Hold up.
This season has been 14 years long. It can't be
March 9th and March 15th.
I don't believe you.
I'm literally, that was the only other time this season.
There's no way we've won 2 games in a row.
It's crazy. Yes, this was a great game.
Was it LA and then who else?
I just had it up, Mr. Steve. Okay, so who was it? Okay, this is when we played LA Galaxy.
Yeah. Okay,
and we won 3-0.
Uh-huh.
And then the other one was Seattle Sounders.
Oh my God. I bet Seattle's looking at that game going, man, we really milled that one in. Dang. Okay. All right. Hey, congratulations, City.
And they're a good team. They're a good team. So it happens. And you know what was good about this win is this wasn't a battle of chumps, right? Yeah. This was a team, San Jose, who is literally fighting for their playoff lives.
Yes.
They were not mailing this in. They were fighting till the end. They had to win this game.
Had to win.
That helps. Yeah. So anyways.
And it kind of keeps us away from this right now. Although we're only 3 points ahead of LAFC, we are still not spoon quote-unquote contenders right now. LAFC or LA Galaxy still own that. In fact, I kind of looked at the possibilities. Right now, our possibilities are make the playoffs, don't make the playoffs, or earn the spoon. And I want one of those. I don't want any of the other ones. But that's kind of where we are right now, which is, AJ, I just said it, making the playoff. How is this team able to even be in this discussion again? What happened? What's the change?
What's the change?
Yeah, what happened? Got rid of that Swedish fish and then the other guy, and all of a sudden now it's the team can breathe?
Yeah, I think this is going to kind of go into our second game of this evening, is that when we go and look at our head coach, spoiler alert, this is going to be about a Critch thing. I think this is it that we're finally falling into his system and this is working? Or is this just, we're finally showing what we truly are? Because the realistic thing is we actually have decent players. I don't think we have great players. I mean, there's a few players that are great, obviously Berkey, et cetera, but we're not as bad as what the record shows. These guys are actually pretty decent. And that's what's kind of sad about this team, to be honest, is that we really should have more wins than this. We should be, at worst, in my opinion, I think we should be the 9th place team. We should be where San Jose is.
We can't count the number of wins on one hand anymore. That's how good we are. We need 2 hands for our wins.
Good thing you got toes. Wait, you got toes, right?
I do have. My dad only has 9.5 toes, but I have all 10.
That's a callback to one of our episodes.
Yeah.
Anyways,
take care of yourself, kids. Sure, let's hit it.
All right,
by the way, let's take a moment to appreciate the fact that I posted this on Discord and our Facebook pages. Let's take a moment to really just kind of bask in the glory that we survived elimination from the playoffs longer than that team from Kansas. The team from Kansas has been eliminated from playoff contention, and somehow we are still alive. That's great. Even if it's 1 week, we still beat those bozos with bad barbecue for 1 week.
Isn't it funny when that's the meaning of your season? Not the playoffs anymore.
Man, that's one of those moral victories I hate. But if it's against those idiots, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with a moral victory as long as it makes someone else feel a little worse. So, is that petty? Probably. But you know what?
Probably.
Screw them. I got assaulted in Kansas City for just wearing a jersey. So, I don't really care what any of those losers think or feel, actually. So, I'm okay with it. Meh. All right, what's our first game, bro?
Actually, it's a game that Steve came up with. This is the beer game. It's who gets a beer. So if we're all hanging out at the pub, who's going to get what beer, Steve?
And why?
Let's
go. Yeah, so we're buying a round of beers. We're screaming, bartender, get me a beer. And he says, what kind of beer you want? I say, I want a I'm going to get a beer for the clutch player, the clutch guy. Who am I getting this beer? Who gets the clutch beer?
Oh, come on. This is so easy, Steve. This is so easy. There's literally only one person, right?
Chris Durkin.
Okay, so yes, you said Berkey. That's the absolute correct answer.
Yes, I did. I did say Berkey, yes.
Yes. So Berkey, holy crap, especially that last save that he made when he crawled his way all the way up to the top right of the net and swatted that thing away like a really anxious cat.
Yeah.
And save, I mean, literally, holy crap. Now, this isn't to take away from any other player. I'm talking about the clutch. Like when you needed them the most, he came through. And it wasn't just one save. There was multiple saves. That was just the most amazing one. Like, that's highlight reel worthy right there.
Yep.
100% Berkey.
Do you know what that save did? Huh. That save just kind of made his agent's ears ring a little bit. And someone asked him, what's that sound? And his agent's like, that's the Brinks truck in St. Louis. It's backing up. I can hear it backing up. Yeah, that's just, honestly, we'll know if Berkey is on this team next year, if he just got literally like the keys to the city headquarters. Like, pay this man. Pay this man. Ben Lunt is like 12 feet tall. Ben Lunt's not making that save. Berkey's making that save. Even if it's for one more season, and then we put a statue out at the plaza, fine. Let's make this man the most wealthy paid non-DP we can.
Man, yeah, Berkey, I don't know what else to say. I mean,
he stopped this game from either being a draw or at least 3-2. And that's all there is to it.
Absolutely.
That's all there is to it.
All right, what's the next beer?
So I gave Berkey a high five because that's what I do. I'm a friendly guy. And I'm like, give me another beer. And the bartender brings a big old mug of beer, Stein, whatever the kids say nowadays. And I'm going to give this to the person that had the dirty work, who did all the work that no one's really going to notice. From all the cool goals, all the cool saves, who made the impacts and is just willing to sit back and go, I got you. Who am I giving that beer to?
Who are you going to pick, Steve? I know your answer.
Yeah, it's gotta be my favorite Bulldog. It's got to be Chris Durkin. He actually played his heart out, and he had an assist, and he just was solid last night. That's all I have to say. Like, he redeemed himself. Didn't get a yellow for some reason. We'll have to work on that. But he was solid. Every player on this team was solid, but Chris Durkin in that midfield really solidified his position here. Who are you giving the hard work, the dirty work to?
I have to give it to Klaus here because I loved seeing what McSCOREley and Klaus were doing. Like, these two seem to play really well off each other. That's the problem that we've had with Klaus, right? Is he has to have the right pairing to work. It's like McSCOREley was in the right spot when Klaus did that header. Like, this is the things that Klaus does. Like, he's not a selfish player. Like, you have to have a player that's willing to basically receive the pass from Klaus. He's kind of like the quarterback. He's almost like that playmaker striker kind of guy. And it just, all the focus was on McSCOREley, Berkey, and other players. But Klaus, holy crap, man, like, he really did set up a lot of this stuff here, especially that first beautiful goal with that header towards McSCOREley. So right. I'm going to have to say Klaus here because we're talking about everybody else, but you can't leave this guy out for sure.
No. It's like every time he makes a good header, he probably loses 2 or 3 strands of hair, and it's all worth it. It's all worth it, man. That comb over gets a little more. The comb over gets a little more difficult, and that's how we know that, like, he's our little angel. He's a little Brazilian angel. He's getting a little more. You got the Homer hair going on, and that's okay. It's okay. How amazing is it that the Klaus packing his bags talk magically disappears? Because he does that same stuff every single match. It's just, you're right. He needs someone that he can kind of feed off to. Like in the first season, it was Nico. Like, him and Nico were like an amazing.
I was going to say that. Yeah,
amazing pairing out there. Like, the last season, it was him and Celio when Celio wasn't hurt, and then Celio got hurt for the majority of the game. He had no one to do it, and now it's like he's finding. Like, this week, McSCOREley worked, and it's amazing watching this young man play, and he's on our team, and it's like, we have to restructure Klaus's contract so that he doesn't have to be a DP. We just have to, because he's not that anymore, but he is an amazing person to have on this team. But it's really great to just see him have a good match. And because you're right, I think both him and Durkin were equal, people with the hard work goal. So next, let's see. What else? What's the next one we had? I thought we had
buy him around.
So let's do buy him around, meaning like the person that deserves extra credit for their breakout game. So I think this is easy. Who's getting the buy him a whole ass round beer?
Yeah, I think we both said that this is probably Critch for this one. It looked like the strategy work. You could tell that they've been practicing. So I don't know if you guys noticed this, but the passing, I love what they've been doing with their passing lately. So in the past, when we had Olaf, what was the passing like? It was always backwards. It was always like safety passes, don't lose possession, just kick it back, kick it back, kick it back. And then there was never any progression, right? And then when Critch first took over, he was probably telling them, hey, we got to advance the ball. And most of our passing was just forward, and it just didn't seem like there was a lot of purpose. Now you see a lot more creative passing where maybe they do a quick pass back, only to quickly pass it forward, or they're looking for the appropriate long balls. If you guys look, the midfield progression, like go back and watch this game, was very, very well done because we were actually progressing through the midfield. And part of that is they were always looking to advance the ball. And if they were kicking the ball backwards, it was usually because they noticed that if they did, then they could advance the ball from there. It wasn't just simply, oh, I'm going to pass backwards because it's safe. It's because it had purpose to it, is I guess what I'm trying to say. Very, very purposeful passing.
Yeah. When you had mentioned Olaf's passing, it reminded me of the Simpsons episode where it's like that famous video we see of soccer where the American soccer announcer, they're passing the ball back and forth in the backfield. They just pass it forward, pass it back, pass it forward, pass it back. And that's all they're doing. And it's the most boring looking soccer ever because it's not going anywhere. Well, now we're having those actual buildup of play. What is this nonsense? Like, we can actually be kind of excited to see this. Now, do we need to see it continue? Yes. Was this a really good game that saved our season temporarily? Yes. Did we stop a Bruce Arena team from celebrating too early? Yes. And everyone be excited for that as well. But like, it's really neat to see like the team grow under a young coach, an interim coach. And it's good to see, like, possibly when we get a new sporting director, we can kind of continue that. All right. So our last match, our last beer.
Oh, we got two. We got two.
What's the next one?
The Vibes beer.
The Vibes beer. Yeah. So who kept the energy high on the field? Who's that energy? I'm on a beer, and I give back and I'm like shaking because I want to be so excited.
So it wasn't quite on this field, but what we came up with pre-production was
oh my God, 17 wins in a row, my friends. 17 wins in a row. They've won the Western Division already. It's already been locked up. We got Miggy Perez scoring. We got this other young cat that we brought in this season. He's scoring now. 17 wins in a row. We actually have exciting soccer in St. Louis. And if you haven't gone to a City 2 match, why? Because a lot of those players at City 2 are either active City players or they're going to be. And it's just exciting soccer. And the head coach of City 2 right now?
Yeah.
John Hackworth. And the head coach at the beginning of the season? Critchley.
So you know what's crazy about this, right? 17 wins in a row. Okay.
Oh my God.
Pretend this was a random coin flip, right? So what do you like call heads or tails? Are you a tails guy or a heads guy?
I like tails.
Figured.
I'm a tails man.
So if you would flip a coin 17 times and you called tails every single time, the chance of you getting all tails 17 times in a row is 131,072. That's the chance. Think about that. That's random chance. The reason why I bring this up is that's how hard it's to win, because even if City 2 is a great team and you see, like, you know how like before Apple starts, they always say like the chance of win, draw, loss, right? And you look, and a lot of times the best case scenario is like a 60% win, which is basically a coin flip. That's how hard this is to win. And this is what they did. This is unfreaking believable.
It's wild. And
unbelievable.
This team the city too is perennially now. This is 4 seasons in a row that they're just marching into and through the playoffs. They are just it's just a dynamo of a team. It's so wild. So yeah, that whole team, most of those guys probably can't even have a beer, but like we're gonna give those guys a Shirley Temple. Those of us that are under 21, you get a Shirley Temple. Like Mickey Perez, no, you're not drinking on my watch, pal. Not today. We're just kind of handing around him, but like the rest of those guys, yeah. This Mateo kid, it looks like he's 70 years old, but like he's apparently a super young cat as well. Just it's so cool to watch. Like you can go next week and probably see another win. Like it's wild and it's really cool to see. So,
hey, you want to feel old, by the way? So anybody listening,
have knees.
These guys are literally half your age. Not even half, but less than half of your age.
Probably more than less than half my age. Yeah. I mean, I'm 44 years old. Yeah, I was born in the year that started with the number 1. Like that's how old I am. And we got players that were born in like 2010 that are playing soccer. Like and MLS. Like I get it, guys. Leave me alone. All right. The last beer, I look over the bartender and I look over the bar and I'm like, no, this ain't enough. And I just reach over because I'm a big, strong, tough man. And I pull a whole keg out and I pop it on the counter and I tap it. And I tap and I say, this whole ass keg goes to
McSCOREley.
Yes, I said that right. God. Oh, you already. Yeah, see what he did there?
McSCOREley.
Yeah, for obvious reasons, guys. For obvious reasons. So, first City 2 player to ever score a brace in the MLS.
Holy crap, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, 100%.
He had his first 2 goals in the MLS and his first assist in one game. Like that is, and against, like you had said, it wasn't against LA Galaxy. It wasn't against Houston. It was against a team that's fighting for their life. And if you notice, when he scored that first goal, the 2 defenders that are right around him, they just threw their hands up. They're like, nothing we can do. I loved watching that. Really, they're like it was just like, you literally can't defend that.
No. And that's the thing. That's a hard thing about being a defender is that sometimes offense just makes such a beautiful play. Man, that header from Klaus to McSCOREley, heck, even the pass kind of to Klaus, like there's just nothing you can do. The goalie had no chance. The defenders had no chance. It was just that beautiful, man. Like you tip your hat and you say, okay, great, you got us on this and you're just going to have to fight. That's what soccer is. And that's what any sport is.
And it's so great that we have it on our side. We see it on the other team every week. And it's so great to be able to see the cross headers actually connect. You had Hartle with that. Guys, if you didn't see it, which I'm sure you did, you got to go back and watch that banger by Hartle. We had last week, Celio had that laser. Hartle did it, but he did it on the wrong foot and he was turning around. And you can tell, like, it was intentional. It wasn't like he was just shooting for the moon. Like, this guy is showing his talent. You had Klaus out there just doing it. Durkin had an assist. Durkin had an amazing assist. Like, this team was clicking. Plus, Kyle Hebert was out there. I was like, why is Kyle Hebert out there? And you said, because Fall's not playing. And, like, Hebert was okay. He was okay. Like, everyone did their job well last night. And it was double chef's kiss.
Yeah. So the other thing about McSCOREley, too, is that save that he made, the goal line save where the ball was going to go in, and yet again, he contributed. And to be honest, a goal saved is almost like a goal scored.
Yeah.
If you think about it.
On the score sheet, it looks better, yeah.
Well, yeah, because, I mean, the score would have been that much closer, so it's almost like he had 3 goals in a way, except he prevented a goal. I mean, holy crap, like, he had one heck of a game. Like, this is literally going to be on his highlight reel for the rest of his life.
Oh, yeah. I hope he got the ball, and I hope that the team was celebrating with him last night and today. I mean, he probably didn't go to bed until he may still be awake. Like, it was such a cool thing. Such a cool thing. It was an amazing game. I was so happy to have watched it. Like, it felt good as a City fan to be able to do this.
And everybody that's listening right now, if you have somebody different for this different beer, or if you come up with your own like beer or non-alcoholic beverage, whatever you choose, feel free to like comment whether you're listening on Spotify, Apple, or YouTube, and that could be a fun little discussion too.
Yeah.
Although my gut tells me you're probably going to pick the same people that we did.
Yeah.
For good reason. Easy. All right, you ready for our next game?
Yeah, we're gonna make some people mad.
Yeah, this is a fun one because this is going all through Facebook and Reddit. And this is time for a semi-debate, even though we're not going to debate each other because we pretty much agree on this.
Yeah.
And this is about Critch.
Yep. So, if you guys notice, we've won again. And since Critchley took over in May, we've won, 5 times or 4 times or so. And we see right now a lot of people pretty much saying Critch should be our head coach. Make him the head coach. He's earned it. Everything about this guy is amazing. We're clicking on all cylinders. This team is ready to move forward. Critch should be the head coach. And I'm pretty sure AJ and I are here together to say, no, he is not ready to be the head coach. He has a short little span of time where he has been doing okay, but we need more. AJ, before I move to what I want to say, what are your thoughts on this?
Okay, so let's think about this, how they're going to think about this, right? So a sporting director and all this. Here's the hard part is if you name him coach and he's not ready, basically you just wasted the talent that you have here. Now, the problem is if you don't make him head coach, and like, let's say you send him down to City 2, or you make him assistant coach, which I'm kind of in favor of. The problem is there's going to be another team that fires their head coach, and they're going to be looking around. Think about like Bradley Carnell, right? Where did he come from? He came from the Red Bulls, and he was assistant coach, and we hired him as a head coach, right? Critch is definitely going to be opening eyes around the league. I'm not saying like he's this amazing head coach yet, but there's going to be people looking and saying, okay, let's see what this guy is doing. So if City turns out and has a nice, successful season next year, I don't know if we retain Critch. He gets swept up. And yes, there is contract. Somebody's going to say, hey, but isn't he on contract for like 3 years? It is true, but the problem is all teams across all leagues, they never hold them to their contract, because once you do that, no coach is going to want to come here if they have a chance to advance their career. So inevitably, teams always let their coaches go, unlike their players, for instance. So it's something, Steve, we have to decide. Do we keep him? Do we make him the head coach, the assistant coach, assuming the sporting director and head coach allowed it? Or do we make him the City 2 head coach again, knowing that if we don't make him head coach, we could lose him? What would you do, Steve?
I would send him right back down to City 2. I would not have any compunction with it. He can develop our young players. He's a young guy himself. Continue to develop our young players, whatever direction the new sporting director wants to go. If he wants to continue with this high press, if he wants to do another direction, clearly Critch has the tools to work with younger players and deal with those egos there. That's what I would do. And if you risk losing him to an MLS team, congrats, you earned it. We will find someone else. But he's part of a very big machine. But we still need an established coach in MLS that can work with whatever direction the new sporting director is. Again, we can't even begin to know what kind of coach we want until we have a sporting director and what direction he's going to want to go, or they're going to want to go. We have to get that first. So no, we can't give the keys to Critchley, because the new guy may come in and just say no, and then we're losing him. Plus John Hackworth might get upset and he'll go somewhere, and then we're just blowing it up. So again, we have to be calm and collected and just enjoy the time while we can, and just have a good, solid plan moving forward.
Yeah, and the other thing too is it's not guaranteed, right? Just because he has a lot of talent, and he still needs some development, doesn't mean he's going to be a great head coach long term.
Right.
But that's the thing about sports, right? Is there's tons of prospects out there, whether it's players or coaches. There are other coaches out there that probably have higher rated prospect, right?
Yeah.
But guess what? Not everybody turns out. That's the thing. So I don't want us as a team to basically sacrifice yet more years and screw up the team just because of a prospect. Because Steve, here's the great thing about this year. It's sad, right? Nobody wants to lose players. Nobody wants to see coach and GMs get turned around. But we got a new GM coming in. We got a new head coach coming in. We have a lot of players coming off a contract. It's almost like this is a nice hard reset for us.
Mm-hmm.
So I just don't want us to get a little too crazy with this.
All right. We've probably made plenty of people mad. Enjoy this game, guys. Enjoy our conversation. I think it's time.
It is.
Find your best chair, your prettiest chair. Brush it off. Look over at your spouse or your friendly and give them a high five. Stand up on that chair. Pump your arms in the air and say, all for say, we won.